This is the smallest mobile gimbal that I've ever seen. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you what I think about it, and I'm gonna show you some video that I shot with it. Hopefully it's gonna help you decide if this gimbal is the right gimbal for you. Take a look at how small this is. It's called the Vlog Pocket, and it will easily fit inside your purse or your backpack or your fanny pack. Do people even wear fanny packs anymore? But if you have one, it'll fit inside your fanny pack. I mean, it goes right into my hand. It folds up really easy, and it's incredibly light. It's Vlog Pocket. You know what? Let me just, haven't even tried this yet. Yeah, it actually fit in my pocket, and I'm sure depending on what pocket you put it in, it could make for some interesting conversation. Excuse me, is that a Vlog Pocket in your pocket? You see where I'm going with that one? You see, it's small. It's really tiny. The second thing I want to mention about this gimbal is it's under $100 US. Now, for the size, for what it does, that's a pretty good price. And if you don't have any experience using a gimbal, this might be a good first choice for you depending on what you need it for. And we'll get to that a little bit later in the video, but I first want to say that if you've never used a gimbal before, it does take a little bit of time to get used to, especially if you're walking around and you're trying to figure out how to make everything smooth. These things are not magic. They don't do everything automatically. You still have to be in control and learn how to use it. But once you do learn how to use it, once you put in the time, it is well worth it. Easy boy. Now let me put some video up on the screen and show you the Vlog Pocket in action. I shot some stuff outside today, and I'm also going to give you a basic walkthrough of the app that comes with the gimbal. Now let's get this. Out of the box, you get documentation. Do with that as you will. I'm going to toss it over to the side. And you also get a soft carrying case for the Vlog Pocket and accessories, and you get a charging cable, but you do not get a charging brick. You also get tripod feet, or whatever you want to call them, and you obviously get the Vlog Pocket itself, so let's go ahead and take that out of the box. And then get rid of the box and turn the gimbal over. On the bottom side, you're going to notice some screw threads. This is where you screw in the tripod feet or any accessories that allow you to connect a microphone. And I'll show you how to do that in a future video. Standing up for comparison, here it is next to the DJI Mobile Osmo 2. This is the old one. And then here in my hand, this is the size comparison with the Vlog Pocket against the DJI Osmo Mobile 3. This is the new one. It also folds up. And as you can see, the Vlog Pocket is a lot smaller. Shooting with the gimbal is pretty straightforward. All gimbals pretty much operate the same way. They do what they're supposed to do. They act like a gimbal and they shoot smooth footage. And that's exactly what the Vlog Pocket does. I didn't notice anything with this gimbal that makes it better or worse than any other gimbal on the market that I've tried. If you learn how to use the gimbal and you move correctly with it, they all kind of work the same. But here's a cool feature with the Vlog Pocket. If I double tap on this button here, it's going to take the phone from landscape mode and it's going to turn it up to portrait mode. Or if you're in portrait mode, it'll turn it around to landscape mode. This will come in really handy if you need to shoot something for social media that requires vertical format or portrait format. A double click of the button and you can change which direction your phone is facing. Really cool feature. Now let me turn this around. There you are. And as you can see, it does what a gimbal is supposed to do. It shoots smooth footage. When you get the Vlog Pocket, you'll need to download an app. Now the app is free, it doesn't cost anything extra, but you do need to put it in the phone if you want to use some of the features that I'm about to show you. Up here on the top left, this is where you choose between photo mode or video mode. That's pretty self-explanatory. And under that, you have video options. This is where you can choose between shooting in slow motion or light trail mode, or you can use a static time-lapse mode, which is pretty cool, or a tracking time-lapse mode. So if you want to track something during a time-lapse, this is where you do it. Underneath that, you have the option to choose between the front-facing and back-facing camera. So if you want to shoot with the higher quality camera in the front, you can do that, or turn it around and shoot in selfie mode. That's where you tap on if you want to do that. And underneath that, you have some other photo options. So if you want to add a timer to your photographs, you can do that there. And they also have other features such as beautify or flash, HDR, and so on. On the other side of the app, this is where you can pair the app. Underneath that, you have tracking options, and this is really cool. This is a great feature. You can set it to track someone's face, you can track an object, and it tells you how to do it and how to work everything to make sure you're tracking properly. Now the footage that you're looking at is coming directly out of the Vlog Pocket. I'm using my iPhone XS, and I'm using the native camera app inside of my iPhone, and I'm just walking around shooting random stuff. I'm not trying to be a filmmaker here or shoot anything cinematic. I'm just trying to see if it does what a gimbal is supposed to do. On the surface, it looks like it is, but you can see on the screen right now and make that decision for yourself. Go down and leave a comment and let me know, how do you think this footage looks? Does it look smooth? Is it worth buying? Go down and leave a comment and let me know. But do you need a gimbal? That's the question that you might be asking yourself. And the answer to that is, it depends on what you're shooting. If you're trying to shoot buttery smooth footage or you're trying to shoot cinematic footage, then a gimbal might be what you're looking for, especially if you're not wanting to get one of the newer flagship phones like the iPhone 11 Pro, which I recently did a video on that. I'm gonna put a link to that down in the description below. That has built-in image stabilization. It's not as good as this, but it's not bad, but it's also $1,000. So when you think about the price, this is under $100. It gives you smooth footage and you don't have to buy a new phone. Is that what you're looking for? If the answer is yes, then check out a gimbal. Gimbals are also great for people who are shooting time-lapse video, or you're wanting to track something during a time-lapse, or just track objects in general. Gimbals can do that, but you do need to use the apps to make that happen. Now, overall, I think this is a good gimbal for the price. Is it the best gimbal on the market? No. But to be totally fair, I don't know which one is, because every gimbal I've owned, I could pick apart all of them. They all come with little quirks and they have a little snag here or there, a little bug here or there. So I don't know which one is the best mobile gimbal, but this is pretty good for the price and the size. However, I did have some problems with it too, actually. The first problem being that I had a difficult time pairing my phone to the actual device itself. When you download the app that controls the gimbal, you have to pair it through Bluetooth, then your gimbal can control your phone. I had a really difficult time with a few of my devices getting it paired correctly. My iPhone XS paired instantly, but some of my other devices didn't do that. Now, you may or may not have a problem with this. It could just be my other devices and the operating systems that they have, but my XS did work pretty flawlessly. The second issue that I've had with this gimbal actually just happened today. When I was out recording, making this video, I tried recording 2 different clips. I hit record, I walked around, I was trying to show you what the footage looked like using the app. When I was finished, it said the video did not save. Now that's unacceptable in my book, but to be fair, I have had similar problems with apps from other gimbal companies. Look, it's mobile technology, this stuff isn't perfect. Things are gonna happen, but I will let them know about it, so hopefully they can fix that with a future app update. I also wanna note that you don't have to use their app in order to use this gimbal. I used my native camera app that came with my phone and it worked just fine. I just couldn't do the face tracking and I couldn't do a time lapse. But in terms of just recording smooth footage, if you're out walking about, that worked just fine. But if you are wanting to make time lapses or do any sort of object or facial tracking, you'll need to use their app. Now, if you know of a gimbal that's smaller than this, go down, leave a comment and let me know. Tell me what the name of that gimbal is, because I'm gonna get my hands on it and I wanna compare it against this gimbal to see which one's actually smaller and to see which one's better. So go down, leave a comment and let me know. If you wanna see more mobile gear reviews like this, or you wanna become a mobile YouTuber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, followed by the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. I love this. I love that. I love it.